What is up, guys? Welcome back to a beautiful day in Eugene, Oregon. I'm chilling in my apartment. Look at the mountains over there. Sun is shining, everything is perfect. We're gonna do a quick rate the setup. I'm still moving in. What do we think? There's the new tripod. Beautiful, gonna try and balance my camera up there. Pretty bare bones, but it gets the job done. Let's do a quick Nike fit check. White running shirt, very breathable, very nice. Blue running shorts, some white socks. Gonna be wearing pretty much nothing but brand new Nike gear for the next forever, which is awesome. But yeah, you saw in the last video, they sent me so much stuff, so I'm still burning through it, and life is amazing. Today, there was a kind of random topic I wanted to talk about, but I thought, you know, it tied together with a lot of stuff I've been thinking about recently. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a lot of videos online circulating about this mythological guy called Sisyphus. Who basically had to roll a boulder up a hill every day as some kind of punishment from the gods. And there's all these videos about these people struggling indefinitely because, you know, it does sound like a pretty horrible punishment, pushing a big old boulder up a hill every day, because every time he gets to the top of the hill, the boulder rolls all the way back down and he's got to start again. So these videos have been making me laugh a ton, but it reminded me of the quote, "One must imagine Sisyphus happy," by the author Albert Camus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but basically the idea is that there's beauty in the struggle, there's beauty in, you know, devoting yourself to something and doing it every single day, and, you know, just the work is something that provides value. And I was thinking about that, and then I was thinking about, I just spoke at a running camp. It was kind of an online speaking engagement where we basically were asked a bunch of questions by these awesome campers. And one of the questions that kept coming up was, how do I deal with struggles? How do I deal with obstacles? Basically life in general, because, you know, running is a sport that's very, you know, incremental, it's very gradual, it's very repetitive. And one of the biggest things that can get in your way is sort of that randomness that life throws at you. So those two things kind of, they felt hand in hand for me. I'll explain why in a second, but I kind of want to make a video, seeing that that is something that a lot of people are interested in. I want to make a video about how I deal with that kind of stuff, sort of my approach to obstacles in general, you know, more as like goal setting. And, you know, I was hoping that would be something that was interesting to you guys. For anyone else who wants to do anything at all, you know, it doesn't matter, it can be applicable way beyond running, but obviously for me, distance running is my main focus. It's the thing, you know, I've devoted myself to entirely. So one of the most important things for me, you know, when I was in high school was my high school coach, Mike Rivera. He preached very heavily these little mantras here and there, but one of the most important ones, and one that stuck with me, was anytime we were talking about running, anytime we were talking, and then, you know, you can just fill in the blank running as whatever it is you want to do or get better at. But anytime we were talking about running, we had a strict rule where you couldn't say you have to do anything. You know, I don't have to do a long run, I don't have to do this workout. You had to say you get to. And at the time I didn't know what framing was, but that was sort of my introduction to framing, which is how you speak about something can really change, you know, the way that you think about it, the way that you see it, you know, even in that moment. It can make a huge difference to your mentality. And I think that's kind of the first step to overcoming obstacles, because overcoming obstacles is something that I think gets more and more difficult the more obstacles you have to face. So the first step for me was kind of removing obstacles that aren't really there. What I mean by that is sort of the way you think about things that are difficult, things that are struggle, you know, kind of that idea, one must imagine Sisyphus happy. You got to find beauty in the struggle because it's what helps you get to what you want to do. If you know that there's something you have to do, for me that's running a certain amount of mileage, getting my workouts done, you know, getting enough sleep. If you know there's something that you need to do to achieve that goal, you might as well think about it as positively as you can, because it's non-negotiable. You have to do it. When you talk about all these things that you know you're going to do, and you say you get to, it really changes the way I think your day-to-day life feels like a struggle. It feels like you're more excited to do this kind of stuff. All these things are difficult, but for example, a long run with friends is one of the most amazing experiences you can possibly have. You know, being out there sweating, it's really difficult, you know, depending on the weather, it could be an awful day, but it's fun to do that kind of stuff with people that you care about. And so talking about I get to do it as opposed to I have to really helps the way that I think about things like that. And makes it feel like I have more energy to tackle things that really are obstacles and really are difficult. All right, so point number 2 is, I know it's very like David Goggins, hard-o mentality thing, but I really believe in this, and that is discipline is your greatest strength. For me, when I think about something I want to do, say it's win a national title, I'll think about what it takes to get there, which is, as I listed before, mileage, sleep, stretching, etc., etc. And then I think about what I have to do each day to make sure I get those things done from today to when the national championship is. And then the final step is my goals become those daily tasks, and I forget about the national championship. That's completely off the table because things like that are out of your control. Let's say, for example, Eliud Kipchoge showed up to the NCAA championship in cross country. I probably, most likely, would not have won that race despite preparing for it exactly the same way. So you can't really treat those goals as things you need to do or you fail, because preparation, especially in a sport like distance running, is the most important thing that you have control over. And you should never blame yourself for something you don't have control over. So by discipline, I mean taking a look at what you need to do each day and then executing it on that day, every single day from here to there. And when it really becomes discipline is when it's routine, when it's something you wake up and you know you're gonna do because you've been doing it for so many days. So those first couple weeks are very difficult, and that's true even for me after I'm coming back from a break. Just getting back into the routine is difficult, but I think if you set those daily goals to be reasonable things that you can do, you'll find that just every season, it feels like you're pushing yourself a little more, but it's always reasonable, and it adds up so quickly because you're not thinking about it in terms of weeks or months or years. You just got to get today done. Once you're in that routine, when all these crazy things in life happen that are going to throw you off your base, I just fall back on my discipline, on my routine, knowing I'm still gonna take care of those things. If I was kind of thinking months and weeks at a time, I think I'd be kind of tired when those things showed up, and it'd be very easy for me to think, oh, I can't get through the next month of training, I'm too tired for this, I just don't feel good, all this stuff is happening, and I just wanna stop. When I think about these daily goals and these small little things, it's like, oh, I just gotta get through today's training, and then when I wake up every day and just think inside the parameters of today, it never feels like I have too much looming on the horizon. I hope I'm communicating myself well. My kind of main point is focus on small little chunks of training. Take it day by day. Don't worry too much about the future, because the more you worry, the less energy you're gonna have to spare for the sort of randomness that the world's gonna throw at you. If you wanna have a mantra, you can say dream big and do little. That means, set big goals that are far away, but know that it takes a lot of little goals to get there. My final tips are to take care of sleep, manage your stressors. If you feel like there's something that's stressing you out, you get that sort of gut feeling, you have to trust yourself. If you're feeling kind of torn between what you want and something that maybe isn't as good for you, I recommend going with what you want. And then also that goes for sort of the people that you surround yourself with. You want to surround yourself by people that lift you up, and also ideally people that are lifted up by you doing what you want to do. So for example, in high school, we had a great team dynamic. Everyone really wanted to get to NXN, so me becoming the best runner I could possibly be is going to help them also achieve their goals, and symbiotically them becoming the best runner they want to be is going to help me achieve my goals, which is all doing as well as we can as a team, working as hard as we can for the common goal. And finding that community at such a young age was absolutely huge for me. Your support group, the people around you, are going to be hugely important when things happen in life and maybe you need a shoulder to lean on. You want to make sure that you're in a healthy situation that's conducive to you being as happy as you possibly can be. There's no concrete answer for how we can overcome challenges in life. These are kind of the things that I've used over the past 4 or 8 years, but everyone's situation is going to be unique. We're all going to have different stressors. We're all going to have different things that contribute to it. The best thing I can say is, again, trust your gut. Your body, your mind's going to tell you when you're in these situations that aren't as good for you. And it's also going to tell you what you want. And I think, deep down, we all know what we got to do to get there. And I hope this video is helpful. I also want to commit to a goal for you guys, because you guys have been so amazing. I know my upload schedule has been so lacking over the past 4 years. I had to get the degree. We got it done though now. So within the theme of this video, I'm gonna commit to uploading every week. We're gonna upload every Sunday, talk about like a Lamborghini or something. So every Sunday, probably for the rest of my life. This is so much fun for me, and I've never had more time to do it. Thank you guys so much for everything. To everyone who's about to go do something that they wanna do and is ready to struggle to get there, I give you a huge thumbs up. Super proud of you. let's think like Sisyphus and be happy and grind away at it, and grab a boulder. Let's just do it. All right, see you guys.